Welcome my friends to our rapid fire OTA patch rundown, and you guys had better be seated because some of these changes are going to absolutely turn the meta on its head. Starting out with the collector, and a very sad change to me, going down from a 2-2 to a 2-0. Why did they have to nerf collector out of the Loki package? This is specifically called out to slow down the Loki overperformance, but the problem is that Loki is still going to absolutely play collector. Losing 2 points on the Loki deck is not going to slow it down that much, but then collector getting run in anything else is just not going to be possible. You're going to want to cut him in all of those situations. I hope that they end up reverting this change so that he can flourish and then other elements of Loki get slowed down. But in the meantime, you're just going to find more value out of other 2-cost cards, including brand new edition of Shadow King. Down from a 3-3 to a 2-3. This is terrifying. We're going to redub him the Shadow God. He is a main reason that the Cerebro 3 deck was able to have its blip on the meta radar. And just to go over a little bit of a refresher, let's talk about some of the core cards that Shadow King counters. Have you seen any of these recently? Oh wait, this is a selection of almost the entire current meta. Yeah, Shadow King is in an incredibly good spot right now. This is very reminiscent of Enchantress that got pulled from the 4-4 to the 4-6 and then nerfed quickly back down to 4-5 because it was too oppressive. I'm 100% believing that that is going to happen again with the Shadow King here. In the meantime, run him and everything. I'm guaranteeing that this is going to get nerfed. Can we go back to this slide? It's so crazy to me that Shadow King is getting even cheaper. If you just play Shadow King up against a 4-power Angela, then you played a 2-7, which is an incredible stat line. And that's maybe the worst case scenario. Just looking in general at this list. If you really want game-winning control out of the Shadow King, then you want to pair him up with the Invisible Woman, which I do understand adds a level of combo complexity, but at the 2 cost is very easy to be able to pack in. And unless you are relying on multiple of these carries yourself, that Shadow King would be able to hurt your side as well, run him. And waiting in the wings is the Luke Cage. Luke Cage, I think, could... My hot take, Luke Cage is going to be more valuable than armor in the coming days. All right, rolling forward to Lady Sif, we can settle back a little bit with this change, just getting bumped up to the 3-5. I love this for discard, getting a little bit more energy. She used to be a 2-4, so being brought up to the 3-5 feels more right for Lady Sif, and also looking forward into the future for Black Knight that's going to be releasing next month as a new discard synergy piece and tool. I think that Lady Sif is going to want to play with all the Black Knight testing that I have in mind, so really looking forward to what we can do here and just giving discard that little bit of extra juice, as it seems like Destroy has been getting all of the love lately. Next up, and fire up the sirens again. Someone at second dinner is a huge John Mulaney fan. SpiderMan is back to a 1-1. No. Those who don't remember history are doomed to repeat it. Guys, this is once again the one drop of choice. It is so easy to be able to fit in, and even though he is hitting the leftmost card instead of your most expensive, the enemy's most expensive card, absolutely run this guy. Honestly, being able to hit cards out of the mid portion, break up combos in their mid game rather than only hitting the big finisher cards can be even better. So there's times where the Spider Ham here is gonna overperform what he was doing before. If they felt like he was underperforming, why didn't they just make him a 2-3? Being brought down to a 1-1 completely changes the script on what Spider Ham is able to do and how many decks are able to run him. Absolutely run him. And now Black Cat. All right, a change that is probably the most thought-provoking change, changing from the 3-7 to the 4-9. Black Cat really only cares about her base power, so this is a buff because in 99% of the time you are cheating her to the board via the Ghost Rider or the Hela. I think that's actually about right. There's going to be 1 in 100 games where you just directly pay the cost to be able to play her, because you have to play her on the turn that you draw her, and you have to have nothing better to do, so it happens very, very rarely. Very excited for what we can do with this, and then brewing up some more discard tools, looking at more discard synergies coming out in the horizon. I'm very excited here, thinking that it could also help the Hela lowball idea if you're using Silver Samurai to cut a low power card, and then Colleen Wing Blade to get targeted discards on other pieces. You can keep your Hela 100% safe and never be in the situation where you say, oh, I discarded my Hela. So you get a very consistent line, rather less of a high roll, but more consistency. It could really be something there, especially with Black Cat helping Hela punch up a little bit with this 9 power that we can drop down. There's our rundown of all the changes that we have received. I kind of hate the direction that we are going in, but if there's a light at the end of the tunnel, you gotta let me know in the comments down below. I just feel like Spider Ham and Shadow King got so overtuned, and then the collector change is not something I wanted to see. I hope a lot of these get reverted, and soon. If you guys want to see any of the decks that we brew up to be able to abuse these changes, stay tuned here on the channel. Till next time, thank you guys for watching. Keep on snapping.